All right, I'm here with the very talented music group, We Three. They are brothers and sister. Um, why don't you talk a little bit about when you guys first decided that you wanted to perform as a career? I know your parents were involved in the music industry, and so you were around it growing up.
Yeah, well, it was a while ago. We've been playing together ever since we can remember, and just practicing and doing shows with Dad and his sibling band as well. But it was probably about 10 years ago when we wrote a song that kind of like set this thing in motion.
Yeah, it all just kind of, it started with covers really, and we would do that, but then again, those songs started to come that made us go, oh, can we do this and do our own original music? Because getting up on a stage and playing your own stuff is
So
Lots of
to a new level.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Different thing.
it just kind of went from there.
Yeah.
Did you guys feel more comfortable being surrounded by the family? Was that tough to break away from that when you did first start performing on your own?
I feel like it came naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it did. And when this song was written, we showed it to our producer, and he just like pulled us in the room and just sat us down. He was like, "You guys, this is good. Have you thought about doing this?" You know, and we just nothing but support from the family.
Yeah.
So.
That's awesome. And now you guys were just semifinalists on America's Got
Yeah.
Talent last year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A lot of people, if they've seen the show, would say, "Oh, they're an overnight success," blah blah blah. You know, but really, you have not been. You've been working for 10 years.
It's a lot of
So,
work, yeah.
there's a lot of work that goes behind that. What has been some of the most challenging things for you guys to tackle between starting and being on America's Got Talent?
I think beforehand we were really taking the business side on ourselves as well. We decided to take it more seriously, and it was beyond just the music. It was, okay, promoting ourselves, booking ourselves, all that kind of stuff, recording and music. I mean, just all this different stuff that comes along with it. We decided, let's do this on our own.
Well, it was hard to do all that stuff, and then when it's time to play a show, you've been working all up to
Yeah.
the show, you've been
Right.
booking, and then you get on stage and it's like, all right, now you have to relax now and perform.
Right.
And that,
Yeah.
very, very difficult.
Yeah.
But,
So I think the show kind of allowed us to now move forward from that, and now we have a team of people,
Yeah.
working behind us. But I mean, we learned so much, and we wouldn't regret any. At times we felt like we were spinning our wheels, but we look back now and we're like, we gained so much
and we learned
Yeah.
so much.
Experience.
from
Yeah.
those times,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Simon Cowell actually said that to look at this, America's Got Talent, as a platform, and that's really how we treated it.
Yeah.
And see
So now we feel like we're
Yeah. 'Cause we felt like we hit our
You,
cap.
you definitely were on a platform. That's for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, we're
Cool.
so grateful
Well,
for it.
I mean, your audition has over like 80 million views on it. I mean, that's insane. To even would you even have guessed that it would have gone that
No.
viral?
Our conversations before it were literally just, all right, we'll go on, we'll play it, and hopefully we'll get some more notoriety, and maybe can push our career forward. And this going on never even really crossed our mind.
Yeah, just
That's
80
right,
million
yeah.
people is unheard of. Just
Yeah.
to wrap your
I know.
head around. I'm trying to combine both words there. Don't mind me, I get tongue-tied. So, when you were on America's Got Talent, and you realized you were moving forward, were your nerves even more increased, or were you just real nervous right out of the gate, and then you felt more comfortable?
I mean, I think we were pretty nervous the whole time, but at least for me, I've learned with the nerves, it's a good thing. I mean, to care about what you're doing, and so we kind of just treated it the same. Definitely more nerves on a show, but you kind of just get used to it, and you're like, this is what we're doing. And we like to say that the second we start the song, that's when we're most comfortable. So it's kind of all the stuff leading up to it.
And I think it was, a lot of it was, we were telling the story, from our mom's perspective, and a lot of people were going to hear that and relate to it, and we were so glad that they did, but that also categorizes you as, the sob story or the sad story, and we really didn't want to be stuck there.
Yeah.
Right.
And so our brain instantly went to, okay, how are we going to not respect what we did always and love what we did, but move forward? And then Lifeline came, and
is
that
really
was our
cool.
second song, and that one felt like it
Resonated.
propelled us
Yeah.
out of that and be able to do other things, which is what we're doing now.
What I find in my own mind that might have been challenging is if you were nervous and you wanted to block out the crowd to just think you were performing for a smaller, more intimate venue, you still have to connect with all those people. So it's kind of a double-edged sword of trying to get yourself comfortable in front of such a larger audience.
I think the biggest thing was the judges.
Yeah.
That's the thing that was new for us, because we performed in front of a lot of people before. But being in front of those four figures that you've seen on TV, episode after episode, that was really, it was really intimidating, and just a new level of nerve experience that we've all experienced
But I
before.
think we honestly, playing to large crowds, like
feed off of it.
Oh, we love it so
Yeah.
much. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the vibe and the energy that a crowd gives, and I mean that's what we're doing so much of right now.
Yeah.
We're about to go on tour. We're so excited and playing in front of just especially right now they're singing our songs to us. It's kind of incredible. So that
Yeah.
that energy that you get from a crowd is probably one of our favorite things.
Yeah. Now, you did mention that the song is from your mom's perspective. How challenging was that to write that song and have it come from your mother's voice, but also stay true to your own music?
Yeah. I think it was, once the idea came into my head, it really kind of wrote itself. It felt like it happened so quickly, and I remember the lyric that triggered it was "Honey, I thought you should know." She called us honey all the time. And from there, that idea sparked, and the song came out in about an hour. It just flowed so easily. It was like the song was just meant to be written. And so,
Did you, when you had to perform some more of your original stuff on the show, did you have a hard time choosing what it was that you were going to perform, or did you really sit down and really plot out, okay, we want to do this song first because maybe we won't be here the following week? Did you put a lot of thought into that, or did you just have it come organically?
It was very organic. I think that's kind of how we like to do songwriting. We like to pick songs for our record and stuff like that, and especially for the show. It was, if we put our hands in it too much and try to control too many things, it just doesn't work. And so
Yeah.
this song just came. There were so many reasons as to why it came to the top, and I think for all of us it was pretty unanimous. Yeah, it's kind of cool when it happens that way, and that's just how it happened.
Yeah. And on the same point, we did know that we wanted to go from heaven to makeup. Those 4 songs that we did, we knew that was like the progression. We wanted to get to that last song so that people could see all the different sides of us, kind of like Manuel had mentioned, that we didn't want to stay in that space, but like this is a story of hope,
Right.
and moving through and past all this stuff and letting that make you who you are. And so it was really important for us to get to makeup. And so, yeah, it did come organically, but there was also, some motivation behind it, some thought behind it as well. So.
And now you made it to the semifinals, and then you didn't advance. What was the percentage of disappointment but also ecstasy because you got so far in the season?
I like to say when we walked around that corner off that stage, we felt like now we get to start our career.
Yeah.
Because we were working on the album the whole time we were on the show.
Right.
We
kind of preparing for that
preparing
moment.
for the
'Cause
moment.
we figured, we'd
It's a
get to
TV
that.
show.
Yeah,
We're
right,
super
right.
grateful
It
for
was,
it, but
it was going to come to an end.
yeah, I think
So
literally.
we wanted to be ready
Yeah,
for it.
it was just like walking off, and we all were kind of like, okay, now it's starting.
Here
Like
we
we
go.
feel like now our career is beginning. So it was. I mean, there were sad parts of
Yeah, we
saying
were
bye to
bummed.
people
Yeah,
and
right.
stuff
Right,
like that.
right.
But I mean,
Yeah.
we were excited, and we're still excited.
How challenging was that to also be writing an album while you're trying to save your stamina to perform on this nationally broadcasted show?
I think we're
Yeah,
learning.
I think-
Yeah.
I think it just, when you have deadlines and when you have stress and when you have tons of that, that's when you write. You write when you're stressed out. You write when, at least for me, that's what I do. And so it was writing on the plane back and forth from LA. It was, as soon as we got back in, going in and recording, and just that grind brought out
pressure.
some really cool concepts and ideas.
Who's the primary songwriter? Do all contribute? Is one not stronger than the other, but does one contribute more? How does that, get passed down?
Yeah, I think right now he's pumping out a lot of the songs at the moment, and I think we all have input in like the production side of it, and especially when we bring it into a live setting and stuff. It's kind of cool when you don't, like lots of people ask questions like that, like like competition or whatever. But it's really cool to see how all the pieces work together when you're
Right.
able to look at something and be like, "You're kicking butt. That's amazing. Excellent job at that." So
And I think you need the dynamics of like each member in the band doing and pulling and grabbing at things like, oh no, that lyric doesn't work.
Right.
It wouldn't be the same without that, or without each person taking and doing their own part in it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a testament to your humility, that you do all get along so well and that you do all credit each other with that, because in a relationship where you're siblings and a band, I could imagine like you're stuck with each other constantly. So there must be times when it's like, all right, like I need some space. So what do you
yeah.
guys-
That's
like
one of the
3
tricks.
minutes after this interview's over.
Yes. That's one of the secrets is space.
Yeah, when
Yes.
people ask us, how do you guys get along so well? We go, yeah, but we also give each other space.
Yes.
And we recognize like,
Right.
hey,
No, it's
you
true.
need your own time.
What do you guys like to do individually away from each other?
Play music.
No.
Listen to
I like to
You
go
should
to the
think of that as
beach
a career.
and eat
I know,
food.
Yes. Yes.
I'm with you there.
We love to watch The Office.
There you go. That's a
It's a biggie.
unified thing.
Love
Like that.
exercise
Yep.
and different things and food.
Yeah.
You do the exercise, I'll keep with the food. So, what is most challenging for you guys coming up now? I know you have just announced your tour this morning.
Yeah.
So, what are you most looking forward to? I know you mentioned about the fans, meeting the fans, and how incredible it is to watch them singing your songs. So that has to be almost just as gratifying, if not more so, than being on America's Got Talent,
Oh.
because now you have
Yes.
these people that like live, eat, and breathe your music, and
Yeah,
you're
like we were in like I don't know what the size of the space was, like 300 people like 2 nights ago. You know, and it's not this huge glamorous AGT stage, but these people are here coming to see our music, our performance, our show, and they're singing all of our songs to us. So that
Well,
is
it
the
kinda-
most gratifying thing.
It's cool because it feels like we step off the stage a little bit when, like, especially we have our song Lifeline. That's just it's literally about just being real, and it's so cool to see people sing it because it's almost like they're not watching a concert anymore. When you watch them sing the lyrics, it's like they're just there in their own life thinking about it, just screaming these lyrics at the top of their lungs, and it's super powerful. It makes us want to just do this forever.
Yeah. Do you have to fight to get out of your head and not pay so much attention and get so wrapped up in what
No,
they're
I
doing so you can
love
also
it.
perform?
I take out my
Yeah.
In your
earphones the
inners,
second
yeah.
on that song. I take them out as fast as I can so I can listen to them sing it because that's my favorite part of the show.
That's awesome.
And that's the one where they all just in unison, everybody just sings it. And then obviously I have to put them back in so we can play the rest of the song.
Yeah, right.
At the beginning,
Yeah.
it's just like it's so cool.
No, those are the moments that we live for, because it's just, I mean, we're just united with these 300 plus people.
So I remember
It's
saying,
crazy.
I remember saying to her early on, like, actually both of you, I think a dream is to watch people sing the lyrics to our songs.
Right.
And it
that
wasn't
would just be
happening then.
amazing.
Yeah.
It wasn't
No,
happening then,
not
and
at
it
all.
seemed so far off, and it's even weird right now just to think that
That's
2 nights
happening.
ago people were screaming these lyrics, and it's just like, goodness gracious, it's
Yeah,
mind-blowing.
that's got to be something.
Yeah.
So, going forward now with the tour, is there a way you're going to keep your energy up? Do you guys have like a ritual that you guys don't run yourselves down?
I think
Like exercise,
Yeah.
that kind of thing?
exercise,
Yeah.
Exercise
for
is
sure.
really important.
Eating
We learned that
good food.
quickly. Yeah.
as much as possible.
Yeah.
Getting enough sleep.
Well, and I
Sleeping
think
when we
just
can.
on the tour, just making sure that we're smart and taking rest when we need it and all that. And a lot of it too is being cautious, I think, at the shows. And yes, giving everything we got, but knowing that we have a lot more and
Gotta save our
pacing yourself a
voices, yeah.
little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
When you mentioned feeding off the energy of a crowd, have you run into a situation where the crowd's energy maybe wasn't quite what you wanted it to be, and then
Oh, yeah.
do you work harder? Do you just be like, okay, well, why aren't they getting this? And
We work harder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
you-
we work harder. Yeah, and I think at some point, I think you said this actually, and when you said it, I was like, oh yeah, I do that too. But we kind of like, in some ways, kind of close in and just kind of play for each other,
yeah,
almost. That hasn't happened very often.
No.
But yeah,
Usually
we do
we'll
try.
say
hard,
like,
yeah.
all right, we're gonna have a party on the stage. You're
Yeah.
welcome to join us if you want.
And cool
the
if
idea.
not.
But usually they're so.
if not,
fun.
you still paid for the ticket.
All the shows where people have paid to come see us, though, like
They're
there's
so
a vibe.
into it.
It's super, super cool.
Well,
Yeah.
music speaks to the soul, so having your lyrics be affecting so many people must just be an
It's
incredible feeling.
mind-blowing.
It's crazy.
What are you most looking forward to besides the fan interaction on the tour? Is it, do you think you'll have the stamina to do as many tour stops as you're going to be doing, or?
Oh yeah, I think this has been a dream for so
Yeah.
long. And
Yeah.
so I think being able to travel and to travel
love to
playing your
travel.
songs
Yeah.
is just, it's so fun. I
Yeah.
love the moment right before you go out on stage. That's my
Yeah.
favorite. That moment I think is what drives a little bit for me.
Yeah.
That 2 minutes before you go out.
How have you guys stayed so humble and gracious after being put on a national platform like you were, having your album just be released, you're doing a tour, but you just seem like such a humble, down-to-earth, very fan-friendly group, but not fan-friendly like, oh God, we have to say this about our
No.
fans. Like, you actually can tell that you mean what you're saying. So,
Thank you.
I don't know if that was a question other than a judgment.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think we've been around, and we've been around a lot of musicians at this level, or even before AGT, that work their butt off, and people don't realize everything that they're doing to not get as recognized as maybe they should. And so I think for us, it's more of like, in a lot of ways, we feel like we just got so crazy lucky, and how all the stars aligned for us, and then people connected to our music, you know, we almost feel like we don't deserve it because we see so many people who are so, you know, talented, but we're like, this is the opportunity we've been given. So I don't want to take it for granted. I just want to work really hard.
I think our motto is
Yeah.
love people and work as hard as you can.
Yeah.
I think if you just narrow it down to that, it just becomes, I feel like it becomes simple.
Yeah.
And not necessarily easy, but it's simple to understand.
Well, that humbleness and that pride will take you really far. So I'm
Thanks.
sure you guys are going to stay that way. That's what it seems like, at least from this point of view. I don't want to read tomorrow in Daily News that you like trashed your hotel rooms. And which one would be the most likely to do that out of the three of you?
Oh, that's
I've gotten way more clothes, so let's just say me.
Is there anyone in particular, whether it be a songwriter or a singer, I know you probably get asked this a million times, that you would really like to work with, and how do you feel nerves would come into it versus, okay, this is so cool that I have to pull myself together?
I think it's probably a few
Collectively.
different for.
But collectively, I feel like it would probably be like Maroon 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we had to choose,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
Maroon
one.
5. I mean, John Mayer,
Ed Sheeran.
21 Pilots.
Yeah.
All those nobodies that really
Yeah.
have, done,
Yeah,
nothing,
exactly.
have done nothing musically.
No.
Their careers have like flatlined.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
We just played a
Shoot for
show.
the
We
stars.
just played a show the other night where the person told us that John Mayer opened up for Maroon 5 in this venue. We were like, those are like two of our favorite people.
Whoa.
That's so
It's
cool.
like head explodes,
Yeah.
head explodes.
That must have been an amazing show.
I know.
Oh, wow.
Now you guys are here in New York. You've been, blasted with press. Do you go now back to your hotel and just chill, or do you go and sightsee?
Oh.
Probably going to go sightsee.
I think we're
Yeah.
gonna have to go sightsee a bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's one thing you'd like to see?
Oh gosh. Well, we want to go take a picture in Times Square.
Yes. And just because I haven't, I feel like I have to go
Yeah.
see the Empire State Building. I feel like I need to do that.
You need to do that.
Statue of Liberty.
You can go right up, shoot up Broadway, hit
Yep.
Statue of Liberty, or not Statue of Liberty, that's down here,
Yeah.
where we are now. A little cold for that.
Yeah.
Just take a picture off the Staten Island Ferry.
Maybe we'll wait a little longer. Come back.
Or hold
again.
the postcard behind your back.
It's an easier way to do it.
It is a much better way to do it.
Yes.
I'm nothing if not helpful. So thank you guys so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm so excited to see where your career
Thank you very much.
goes. It's already exploding, and it's just so exciting to see fresh young talent who is so talented and just has so much going for them.
Really
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
Thanks a lot.
that.
Have a good
Thanks
night
so much.
and
You
a
too.
safe trip to New York.